Hi, welcome. My name is Polycap, and I'm an advocate. I'm happy to be here. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
My name is Monica, an advocate. Glad to be here.
My name is Omamo. I'm an advocate too. Glad to be here.
Yeah, basically today we are here just to have a soft discussion. Nothing technical, no more res judicatas here. Just a simple discussion to Jibambe. You're free to talk whichever way, language that is understandable to anyone else, most importantly to the voters. So yesterday we were doing something as a society. We were demonstrating. What do you think was the level of response from the state itself? Do you think we got the attention? Monica?
I think we did get some attention. I mean, it was aired on TV stations. We had the presence of the media. And you know where the media is, it means you have their attention. So, and there were some prominent leaders as well present. So I think we did get some attention, yes.
The attention of those people really matter? Do you think we got the attention of Ule Jama?
Yeah, sure. To start with, I've carried with me a paper. This is the Saturday Standard today, and it's Ruto's judiciary or backlash. So the backlash is coming from us as advocates. Mm-hmm. This is Faith. Mm-hmm. This is me. Mm-hmm. This is a lady called Mariam. And this Ernest. Is an advocate called Ernest. Mm-hmm. So in terms of capturing the nation, we did. And really, let us not even put it just for yesterday. Mm-hmm. I think what this society has done, going back 2 years, when they were picking up the pieces from the previous society that at least did not really have achievements that we can credit this current society to, we have had a society that has been felt, especially by the state. In this sense, there are bills that have been, in a way, punitive to the people and contra the constitution. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm going to start using jargons, but I'm going to try to manage. And this society, at every point, there has been LSK name being mentioned. At every point, there's been LSK fronting a petition against a punitive bill, fronting a petition. So yesterday was accumulation of all these efforts
and frustrations,
and frustrations that have come out of them trying to do this. Yeah, and you felt it. Advocates were there in numbers. I don't think there's a society or even an activist group that has brought so many people out like we did yesterday. Mm-hmm. So I am proud. We made great strides, and wherever it is in the State House, they felt it. And if the news are to go by, they're even hammered from the State House. They are no longer in the State House. I think they are renovating
in the name of
based on what we did yesterday.
It was so hot. The kitchen was hot yesterday.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and the State House is burning.
Yes. Do you think we are going to really get the kind of response that we really demand as society? You saw various leaders. Kalonzo Musyoka came out. Eugene Wamalwa was there. We had very many leaders. And the most important bit of it is the other associate law society affiliate groups. And we had Faith Odhiambo Moni and Eric Theuri also sharing their sentiments on this. What is this impact that has been created so far in the society? Have we been galvanized well enough so that going forward, we can do it even without being called upon? Because it's like we've been calling people to come to terms with the fact that we've been having a presidency that is trying to really sneak in to the judiciary. Do you think the rally and call is going to really last longer? Is it something that was just for yesterday, or we are going to have a ripple effect of impact going forward? What do you think, Monica?
I think we are a society, so definitely we will have to move in numbers to come together and make a statement if there's an injustice that is going on, if there's someone is trying to penetrate on the judiciary at large. So definitely in the future, we won't need someone to come and maybe make arrangements before everyone, even him as a person, he can come and say, this and this is happening, come, let's fight for the rule of law, let's fight for the independence of the judiciary so that the movement and the society is protected at large.
But do we really want the person who eats and eats with them, or do we want someone who has shown time and again that they can stand for what is right and they can defend the rule of law?
We need someone who has shown, and we have someone who has shown and continues to show that she is for the rule of law. She's going to fight for the independence of the judiciary.
Speaking of she, you mean Faith
Odhiambo
Boni.
Yes.
Yeah, because honestly, the only female figurehead in the society who has been really speaking against the executive has been Faith Odhiambo Moni.
Yes, she has
We've had
been
very many
tried,
other candidates.
tested,
We've got
and approved.
Wakina, those that we can't mention, we
Yes,
know them.
yes.
They've been fraternizing
Yes.
with the council. They've been eating together. Actually, they're even agents. During the general election, they were agents. They were sitting with them and eating with them. They've been just following the lead because it is convenient. But we saw Faith Odhiambo Moni time and again, against her convenience, castigating and calling out the
loud,
the
yes.
executive.
Yes.
Do you think, going by what we've seen, it is enough to have the rest of the society vote her in as the president of the Law Society of Kenya? What do you think, Omamo?
Well, even before I answer that, there's something Faith and Theuri have done. These guys have made us proud of the society.
Yeah.
They have in a way brought some unity that has been lacking for a long time. In this sense that I am proud to protect Monique if she is in a problem, because Faith has been coming out to protect arrested advocates. Time and time again, and it's on the news. Especially myself. and you see, in this case, I am able, based on what Faith Odhiambo has shown us, that I know I have to look out for an advocate. You understand me?
Yes.
So that is the unity that these people have shown us. You understand?
Yeah.
At no point, and I even wonder if Faith really sleeps at sometimes.
Honestly, I do
in
too.
the middle of the night.
Yeah, in the middle of the night you call her, and she's able to come out and do what? And you remember, she's done this even for people that she did not know were advocates. You understand me? So
we know the story.
We know all the story that is going on. And in this sense, if you ask me, if there was someone more suitable for the job, and who has shown time and time again that she's present,
Accessible.
she's accessible, and she's made us be proud of a society that once at some point was in a total disarray. That's Faith Odhiambo. And there's no two ways about it. There's no two questions about it. And to prove that to you, when she made a call that on Friday, which was yesterday, we were going out on the streets, every advocate left whatever it is they were doing to come and stand in solidarity with her and the society.
I even saw the opponents coming out.
Yes, they did. And
But
and of course,
it was an attack on everyone.
everyone they had to come. And look at it this way. Look at the interviews that Faith did. Their bits in the media news and all that.
On hot.
Even the way she talks positively and authoritatively about the rule of law.
Yeah.
It makes you believe. We are not expecting the executive to act on it immediately, but we know they are shaken.
Yes.
We know they are shaken.
I feel the point you're trying to bring forth is that, you know what? We might not have the artillery to fight the executive, but we've got one thing that they cannot take away from us, and that is our voice.
That is our voice.
She will speak whether it is convenient to her or inconvenient to her.
And she will
She's
be heard.
Exactly.
Yes.
And just like you were saying, walikuja,
Walikuja.
they didn't have to come. Okay, there are people who didn't come.
Yes.
We know them.
Yes.
We don't want to mention them, but we saw people who did not come because it was so inconvenient for them not to be there. It was not one, it was not two. And there are some who came just to save face, but afterwards they disappeared. Poof!
Yeah.
And they used those as, I was there, I was supporting the rule of law. Basically, the person who began it and ended it was Faith Odhiambo Moni. Not taking away any credit from Theuri, because he is the president, but it's not easy to always have a number two who is this loyal, not to you, but to the rule of law.
Yes.
So basically, looking back at her tenure, as the president of the Society of Kenya, there are so many highlights. We've got so much to say on this. Do you?
We do. Let me tell you something. Faith has done, apart from fighting on the streets for advocates, Faith is a very good mentor. Let me tell you something. I have talked to over 100 young advocates that Faith arranged for their mentorship program. 100 of them. And this just was the first batch. They are going into the next batch. It is only in Faith, Faith has been in charge of the CPD committee. And it's only in Faith's tenure as the head of the CPD committee that young advocates had to sit for an induction event that gave them 5 CPD points at once. We struggled the whole year to get 5 CPD points.
That's
you can imagine that's a lot of money. But you can imagine what Faith did to these young advocates. She said, look, you guys are being inducted. We can imagine the struggle you have been through in the KSL. We understand the struggle you have gone through in your studies at the law school. Why would you again come to struggle to raise 5 CPD points? Why don't we just give you 5 at once? You understand?
Monica, did you benefit from the 5 CPD points?
Of course I did. I'm a young advocate. I was admitted last year in September. So these CPD events, you have to pay maybe 1,500, 3,000, 3,500.
5,000.
5,000, 4,500. So with Faith's induction course, you just have to attend one CPD event, and you have 5 points that are required for the whole year.
And probably why we are talking about the 5 number. It's a magical number for advocates.
We know it's very powerful.
You to apply for the following year's certificate,
you must have 5.
So that's why the 5 is a magic number. Even for viewers who might, because we are going to have diverse viewers of this. For the viewers who might not know, for us to get, if you have to get the 5 continuous development professional development points, it just secures you to apply for a practicing certificate the subsequent year. So that's what some of the achievements that have not been there. You understand me? So these are the highlights of Faith. And I'm saying, yes, the council is part of it and the president is also part of it. But then you have, even as the council, they have roles. They have this person is in charge of this person is in charge of this. And in that sense, this is what Faith has brought into forth so that he stands out. And look, we can also look at the public litigation. You understand? This is the year. And I'm not going to say I'm personally attacking the president.
No problem, just say it.
But this is the year that we have had the most attack on our constitution. And this is the year that the public litigation department of the LSK has been very active. Do you know who heads that again? And who is in the advisory role?
We can all say it together. Faith Odhiambo Moni.
You understand? So even as a deputy to Eric Toyuri, who has been an able president, and I give him all the props. He has been an able president. Even in all that, Faith has shown. You understand? He has come to the fore and has really, handled it well.
Whoa, there's so much to say.
There's so much
to say. So if you look at the context of the CPD, just so that others would understand, the new advocates who are coming in, and those who would be admitted probably in the next coming months, you cannot practice in the next year without a PC, a practicing certificate. And for you to get that practicing certificate for the subsequent year, you must have accumulated 5 CPD points. 1 CPD point can cost you 5,000 shillings.
True.
You're broke. There is a 20G somewhere you have to pay the first PCs. So it really brings us back to the point of every policy that Faith Odhiambo Moni has come up with has shaped. The person who has been the target has been the young lawyer. Basically, Faith Odhiambo Moni is so friendly to us in terms of policies, in terms of ensuring that there is a space for the young advocates. It's not something that she says. It's not something that she promises. It is not something that she says, you know what, vote me in first, then I will. She's doing it. She did it. So I believe that if you put someone to test and ask them, what have you done for the young advocates. I can tell you that some will say that I will bring forth climate change litigation. Climate change litigation, a young advocate wants a PC. A young advocate wants to be mentored. And above all, a young advocate has life and he wants the insurance cover. Brings me to the most important bit as we wind up. There is a phrase by Faith. She once said that, I really love this phrase. Members of the society are required to foster an environment where individuals are not only valued for their professional skills, but also for personal growth, well-being, and contribution beyond the workplace. If you listen to what I've just read, it really canvasses the aspect of ensuring that we are not just advocates, we are not just tools of trade, but we are human beings who have to safeguard our health and our interests going forward. This is where we have now the mentorship, and this is where we also have the health Bupa cover program. In 1 minute, do you think it is something that maybe we can canvas for the young advocates to understand, Mr. Omamo?
Well, the young advocates have a lot to gain from Faith, and I have a minute. So I'm just going to put it into bits.
Yes.
Faith calls herself Mama Bomber. And we really need to know why she means it, Mama Bomber. Welfare. Welfare means what? You're mentored. Welfare means what? You have a health insurance cover. Welfare means what? You are assured of practicing the following year. You understand? So for young advocates, this is a full package. This is what Faith stands for. This is what the future is. We should, at all times, understand, look at the policies the advocate is, the candidate is pursuing, and see, where do I fall in it? If someone talks about climate change and litigation climate change, a young advocate who is still struggling to get the 21,000 to pay for practicing certificate, who is trying to find out how he's going to pay for the CPD points, why? And the climate change are for, bigger
Established
established law firms.
You
Monica
understand?
fanye hiyo saa
Yes.
issue.
So then when you sell climate change to young advocates, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Faith has done the basics. Faith Odhiambo Moni has
The
come through the
foundation.
basics, the foundations.
Yeah.
So that before you get to climate change, you can at least learn to crawl, and then you walk, and then you jump. You can't jump when you are just born.
Yeah.
Young advocates are just
You
born into
crawl, then you walk,
crawl,
then
and
you jump.
walk. So, and that's what Faith is starting new. She starts from the time you're born. She sees you through your crawling, through your walking, and then she now allows you to jump. How you jump now comes down to you, but then she will have given you the foundation. That's how I can summarize Faith from my end within that 1 minute.
Monica, what are the anticipations as we get to the elections? What are your biggest expectations?
From Faith or
Yeah,
from
from Faith.
And I'm not worried that she will deliver. I know she will, because she has delivered. She has been tried, tested, and she's approved. So my expectations are that whatever she has, whatever is in her agenda, it's going to be realized, it's going to be actualized. She's going to take care of young lawyers, even the middle bar and the senior lawyers, they will be taken care of. But most essentially, us young lawyers are the ones who have a challenge being integrated into the system. She has taken care of the PCs. She is even in the process of taking care of young lawyers mentally. There's mentorship programs that are going on. Young lawyers are being integrated into the system. Not everyone, of course, we are so many, so it's not possible for everyone. But when the opportunity comes and you are in the right place at the right time, then you'll be able to access the mentorship programs. Also, the CPD events, we have benefited from them. It's a process that is continuing. It will continue on into the same system. So my expectations are very good. I think she will deliver on her agendas.
Amen.
I know she will, because she has been there, she has done it. So it's better if we give her now the presidency so that she can continue with
And she will.
yes.
And speaking of the mentorship, I also remembered something. She's not just mentoring the young advocates who are entering into the practice arena. She's also mentoring the young advocates who are starting up their firms.
Yes.
As we speak, there is an advertisement inviting the senior and the mid bar, senior bar, 10 years plus experience, to actually start mentoring these young advocates who have got their law firms. Omamo, I believe you also have your law firm, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And
how great is this opportunity
that
as
is
we
going to
wind
be
up?
amazing and an amazing opportunity, especially for us who, running a law firm is, again, just like raising a child, because this is someone you want to grow in to see their success.
Yeah.
And then it means you have to get it right at the point of starting, because if you get it wrong at that point, then it's gone. And that's what Faith has done to us. Faith has ensured that we develop these law firms by giving us people to mentors. Thank you
so much. Now that's why we go by the tagline, stable, progressive bar.